Hi, welcome to Paul's Tackle Reviews. My name's Paul Cresswell. What I normally do on these videos is I've got a piece of tackle that I've used over a long period of time and I give you a review of that, and I've got lots of videos already on my YouTube channel for you to have a look at. Today, slightly different. It's going to be a short intro, but I'm going to show you my setup on the bank before I start to fish. So I've unloaded everything, got all my rigs, plumbed up, done everything just before I'm about to start. It's not a match situation. If it was, I'd have my keep net bar and my keep nets, but that's the only difference in my setup today. What you will see in the video, and I'll talk about, is there's lots of things that I've already reviewed on videos, including my H30 seat box, the Mazzella trolley bag, the Preston shuttle, the quad roller, the two roosts I use, the Guru rod rest, the Matrix side tray, the Ventilite side tray. All of these have got their own video, so you can go and look at those, where I give full details on everything. I'm an unbiased, unsponsored angler, and I tell you everything you need to know about those bits of kit. So let's see the video. So here we are today, Ivy House, and I'm just going to show you my setup. So you can see I've sprawled out my stuff, put my trolley well out of my way. My standard setup involves putting my rod bag and my Guru top kick case to the right behind me there, out of the way. I'm not going to tread on them. You can see I've got my Mazzella trolley bag to the right, and that's handy for putting stuff in. I've done a review of the bag if anybody's interested, but it's particularly handy for things like waterproofs and jackets. You can just pop them in and put the lid down. You don't even have to fasten it, and it's waterproof if you've got anything you need to get out of the way. So today we're going to be fishing long at some point. So you can see I've got two rollers set up today. So there's the end of the pole, and we're going down to see the setup. So I've spent a bit of time making sure the rollers are absolutely bang on today, so it's not falling forward, not falling backwards when it comes off the back roller. It gives me the momentum, there's no bounce, no damage to sections. This is the first time I've used the quad roller at the back, and just in the plumbing up and setting up, it seems to work very well. So you can see the spacing I've got for the two rollers there. So let's work down to the setup. So I've got my Maver XL roller there set behind me. So you can see there, I've got the trolley bag to the right. I put my butt rest for the feeder rod in just to show you. That's got a snap lock, and I can just take that out. And obviously I wouldn't have that there other than when I'm sat on my box feeder fishing. I've got my extending Matrix side tray. I've got the Preston support arm holding that up, so it's all nice and sturdy. You can see that I've put my Ventilite small side tray on as well, and I've started using this. It's just handy to give things some kind of protection from the sun, from the rain. There's still plenty of room around it. I can get 2 or 3 tubs either side of that. You can see I'm keeping my paste out the sun at the minute, although the sun's going to come round. It isn't really a day where it's going to offer a lot of protection. So I've shown an awful lot of this stuff on my videos previously. I'm just trying to get my gimbal to come round. That's it. So I've got the matrix roost there attached to an arm on the back of my box. I've got one rod out. I'm probably not going to use it, but I might do. I've got a number of top kits. I've got the Browning roost here. Got my cupping kit and all my kits that I've got out. There's another kit out just in case I need a different elastic. Let's take it round for a side view. So you can see there, that's how I tend to have my landing net handle kind of ready at the front. You can also put it behind the side tray if I'm feeder fishing. It always gets in the way. I think it's just part of life that you've got to live with. So you can see, because I'm a bit clumsy and not great on my feet, I create lots of space behind me so I can get to my box, get off my box very easily. I've got a few spare sections, a couple of dolly butts down below. I've got my little EVA that effectively is like a tray for the box underneath, handy. I can get to that. And I've got the rods and the fusion case not too far away, handy. I will need to get up. Of course, I've got my spare landing net, always take 2 landing nets. And you can see the pole there on the rollers, ready to go when I go on the far side. So it's not somewhere I've fished an awful lot. Whenever I've come though, I've caught really well. What we're going to do today, let's get behind my box. So I've got the far side there. If only I knew how to use this. And I'm going over there. That looks quite fishy. It is quite deep. It's 3 foot, fairly close over there. So I've got a fairly sizable rig, a 4x14. Given the depth, I'm probably going to fish hard pellet. You can see there's 1 or 2 fish knocking around. There's a bit of scum on the surface, but not a particular problem. Let's pan back out. I'm going to fish paste to my left in there, not very far out, 6 meters. There's 5 foot of depth, and that's kind of marginal for paste. I'll see how I get on. I might swap to hard pellet on the deck fairly close in, and the margins themselves are 3 to 4 feet. So it's not a typical snake lake. It's got some challenges today. I also think it's about 15 meters wide. I think there's a good chance I can ping some pellets, and I'll have a go shallow at some point today as well. Hoping the sun holds up. It's quite a nice day. Looking forward to the fishing. Hope you found this interesting with my setup. I don't think there's much more to show. You can see I've got the Frenzy double pole sock there, but the way I've got it balanced on 2 rollers, I'm not going to need the sock an awful lot. I do like to take advantage of space on the floor, but as you can see, keeping a clear passage to get in and out. That's me set up for today. Looking forward to the fishing. So I hope you found that interesting. As you can see, I've got a steadying device, a gimbal, but I'm still learning how to use that, but I think I've got everything across. If anybody's got any questions on my setup, please put it in the comments. I always try and come back on any questions that people have got. So briefly, how did the day go? Well, I started on my left on the paste, and I had a reasonable first hour, but it was tricky. It was 5 foot deep. I didn't really feel there wanted to be on the deck. I went right across, tight to the far bank, still got 3 foot, and I caught very well. I fished banded hard pellet, but I could see them starting to come shallow. I started pinging a few 4mm pellets around 14 metres, put a 6mm on the hook, went over, and I caught really well. I started initially about a couple of foot, ended up under a foot deep, and it was just a case of pinging a bit and waiting for the tip to dip and the elastic to come out. So I had a great little go there. All the time I was catching on the far bank swims, every time I came in, I put 2 or 3 8mm pellets about 5 metres down my margin. Now the margin was still 3 to 4 foot deep, and it was only a short range, so I was able to just keep lobbing a few over there, and I probably did that for a couple of hours. When I went over there, I started on the bottom, foul hooked a couple of fish, came to again about 12 inches deep and caught a lot of fish very quickly, and it was steady there all the time, and I had one fish that was about 8 pounds, which is fairly big for that lake. So I had a great day there. It is a brilliant fishery. I know there's nobody else on, but it really is a good way of trying out different things and trying out different methods. Hope you found that interesting. Until next time, tight lines.